Velocity TV begins now.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
There's no sound. There's no voice, Ricky Luke Jr. There's a reason why. Because we weren't live. We are now live here on the Full Velocity Racing Network for the Full Velocity Racing Network. Wow, that's a mouthful. Wednesday night street fights here on a beautiful Wednesday night here in upstate New York at 23 solid degrees and real cold outside. One of those masterful days to find out critters destroyed your steering wheel, have no money to buy a steering wheel, can't try the big blocks, Jack. I did on a controller.
That's why you look like you were on a controller earlier.
Oh, I was on a controller earlier. Oh, I tried the big blocks, but it is extremely hard with a controller. And man, if anybody has a steering wheel, hey, hit me up. I mean, I need a steering wheel real bad.
Ricky Luke just sent us 500 stars, so.
Yeah, Ricky Luke did send 500 stars. There is an announcer. He's saying there's no announcer, Jack. Am I muted? Ricky is messing with our heads, but he raced number 1 out there for the Full Velocity Racing Network. Again, Wednesday night street fights here at the Knoxville Raceway, opening night of the season here. And we were glad to come aboard and sponsor these guys. And man, we have a star-studded field here tonight, just like we always do here at Wednesday night street fights. And starting on the pole, it's scheduled to be Shane Yates, not going to answer the call, but Gerald Miller going to start on the pole. Outside him should be Josh Peacock. Next row back should be Bradley Wilson and Cruz Caudell, Daniel Stifler, Ryan Bronson, Marcus Brown, and Jim Revis. That is heat race number 1 here, with the exception of Shane Yates not there. As the iRacing I flag, green flag comes out. We'll be racing down the front straightaway. Heat race number 1 underway. 8 laps will be the distance. 60-lap feature here tonight at the Knoxville Raceway. As we're watching Bradley Wilson right now, at least I'm watching Bradley Wilson look to the inside of that number 12 machine of Gerald Miller. Miller right now holding on to the 3rd spot as he hits the inside apron there. And that's going to screw up Bradley just a little bit. He's going to drop behind Daniel Stifler, and here comes downtown Marcus Brown. And hopefully he's got everything else out of his system, and he's able to march forward here tonight and make things interesting. He's been pretty strong in Knoxville. We'll see what he's got here this evening, as it is right now your race leader, the number 61 of Josh Peacock. Josh was fast at Knoxville for quite a while. He's been preparing and racing out in the big blocks. He did make mention that these cars are a little bit different to the big blocks he's been driving all day long. So he's going to take some time to get used to. It doesn't it didn't look like it took very long to get used to for that number 61 machine. There's the 55 of Cruz Caudell running in that 2nd spot, and Daniel Stifler running in 3rd. 4th is Gerald Miller in that number 12 machine. And then running out your top 5 is a downtown Marcus Brown as they're going 3 wide. Is Jim Revis looking to the bottom of the speedway. He's trying to get around the 25 machine, the 725 of Marcus Brown. Can't quite get by him there. Is Brown going to slam the door shut? But here comes Revis back down to the inside, firing on all cylinders down through 3 and 4. A good racing going on from 5th on back as those guys duking it out. And out front it has been all Josh Peacock here. In the 61, the Harris Hustler over Cruz Caudell. And then the 71 of Daniel Stifler, the Iceman, all over cruise control. And number 55 machine is now Cruz trying to press the envelope just a little bit more. On the number 61 of Josh Peacock. Meanwhile, that battle, we really can't get away from it there. As the number 12 holds on to the 4th spot, Gerald Miller. Well, Marcus Brown right there. Now he looks down to the inside. Look at Ryan Bronson. Bronson in the number 6 machine. Welcome him back to the Full Velocity Racing Network. Welcome him back for the first time in quite some time for Bronson. As now Cruz Caudell right now under fire from the 71 of Daniel Stifler. Stifler not able to get by him as Cruz able to slam the door shut. As Stifler going to move back to the 3rd spot. Big thank you to Ricky Luke Jr. Again, 500 star donations out there. So appreciate the 500 stars. Again, folks, would like to see some more star donations here tonight and all of our future broadcasts. You got some stars, throw them our way. Or you can become a supporter for $4.99 a month. That helps us out greatly, too. So I'd like to see that. As right now, we currently have 9,311 followers. So we're 689 away from 10,000 followers. Would appreciate that if we can get that. As checker flag comes out, and the winner of this heat race is going to be Josh Peacock, Cruz Caudell, Daniel Stifler, Jim Revis, Marcus Brown, Gerald Miller, Ryan Bronson, and Bradley P. Wilson, and Shane Yates. Running 9 cars here. Heat race number 1 in the books. waiting for heat race number 2 to come to post here. Rolling them off the trailer, rolling out of the drivers still trying to hurry up and get in their cars. A little bit of a slower stage here. So heat race number 2 getting ready to grid and come like this here in the 3D Racing starting lineup. Starting on the pole, driving the number 16 machine. That will be David Blackberg and his dancing partner on the outside, driving the number 86 machine. That's good old D-Fed, Derek Fedkenauer. Inside row number 3 in the third, or row number 2 in the third starting spot. That's the driver of the 319, David Brewer. And the numberless number 11 that's supposed to be Kyle Moyer. Going to roll off position number 4. Fifth starter sees the number 14 machine of Brock Evans, and also him, Derek Dubry. Welcome back, Derek Dubry, to the Full Velocity Racing Network. Next row back would be Chris Steele and Alex Brewer. Alex Brewer in that number 1 machine. 8 cars we called for. 8 cars are out there. 8 laps will be the distance at Knoxville Raceway for heat race number 2. There's got to be some guys out there watching the stream. Appreciate it. Just say hello. Let us know where you're from. Star donations. Let us know the stars. Hey, like I said, I'm down a wheel. I know Jack has a wheel somewhere. I don't even know if I think he retired completely from racing, but I'm down a wheel. The critters decided to eat mine.
I've got 3 wheels, and they're all buried somewhere.
Yeah.
I think they're buried in my backyard or something.
Yeah. Make sure the critters didn't get them. Put it away in a
I
closet.
also got a rig, and it just sits here and collects dust.
The steering wheels aren't very cheap anymore either. Alan out there, appreciate it. Knoxville, Tennessee, he's from. All the way. As the iRacing flag green, a flag comes out, and it's David Brewer here, or David Brewer, David Blackberg. David Brewer looking to the inside of Derek Fedkenauer, though, as I was looking to try to figure out what was going on there. I'm just getting messages now. But David Brewer looking down to the inside of good old D-Fed, not able to do anything there as he's stuck on the bottom. Kyle Moyer up to the top shelf of the Speedway. And that supposed to be the number 11, but it's got no numbers on the side of that machine. That's different. Not seeing Kyle Moyer with any numbers there. We're going to call him the, what we're going to call him, yeah. Invisible. The number 69, or right now we're currently running in the 4th spot. Yeah, Gomer took his numbers, stole them, stripped them right off the car. Maybe we just go too fast and the numbers fell off. I've had that happen before.
Yeah, but you can always use duct tape to fix them. I mean, it's just 1-1. It's not that hard.
Yeah, no, that's the easiest number to put on there. So, I guess we'll see. As now it's David Blackberg. Right now, you're still your race leader, Derek Fedkenauer, for 2, Kyle Moyer for the 3rd spot. Then you had David Brewer dropping back there. Oh, Derek Fedkenauer around in and out. See if we can keep it going. Everybody keeps it going. Teal even keeps it going. That was tough there. Might even been involvement there with Kyle Moyer. As we're going to get 4 to go here at the line, halfway home, 4 in or 4 to go. For that number 16 of David Blackburn. Yeah, he's gone. He's gone. A good battle for that 3rd spot there. Or the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th spot now. Even 5th there, for that matter. And those guys banging off each other, leaning on each other, just using up their car. That's why it's full fender racing at its finest here. Knoxville Raceway, David Brewer gives a shot to the back end of that number 14 of Brock Evans here. We're going to come up on 2 laps to go as Blackberg just pulling away here from a dogfight here between the 14 of Brock Evans. And then you have David Brewer. You have Derek Dubry right there, too. In the number, it used to be the 117. Looks like the 87 on that machine. So Derek Dubry now moving up. It looks like he's going to move himself up into the 2nd spot. There's a little bit of contact to the outside wall. Goes Brock Evans. So Evans going to have to recoup with that number 14 machine. as he runs up to the outside of the speedway. But tough break for Evans as he's got a pretty damaged car in that 14 machine as the white flag is out for one more trip around the speedway as they are still 3 wide for second. But it looks like Brewer going to back out of it, leave it to the other Brewer, Alex Brewer, to try to get by him. He's going to be able to do so there, but picking up heat race number 2 win, number 16 of David Blackberg. Alex Brewer for 2, Derek Debris for 3, David Brewer for 4, and Brock Evans for 5, Derek Fedkenauer for 6, Chris Steele and Kyle Moyer round out your 8 cars. Heat race number 2 in the books. Got a real brief warm-up. We'll let Jack show some sights and sounds here at the Knoxville Raceway. We'll be right back at you here at the Full Velocity Racing Network. And welcome back to the Full Velocity Racing Network. The Full Velocity Racing Network, EWRL, Wednesday night street fights here tonight. The first night of the season. Like I said, a very crisp 23-degree weather forecast here in New York. I don't know how it is over there, Jack, but man, it's cold here.
It's going to be 55 tomorrow.
Oh, that's nice. Real nice. Thanks for sharing. We appreciate it.
I know you do.
So we're going to jump right here into the 3D Racing starting lineup. 60 laps will be the distance here at the Knoxville Raceway. And starting on the pole, driving the number 61, that's the Harris Hustler. That's Josh Peacock and the dancing partner outside, driving the number 16. That's David Blackberg. Inside row at number 2 in the third starting spot, that's the number 55 of Cruz Cardell. And the number 1 of Alex Brewer, the Heartland Harley Davidson, number 1, rolling off position number 4. Fifth starter sees the Iceman, Daniel Stifler, aboard the number 71. And outside of him, the number 87 of Derek Dubry. Inside row, number 4 in the 7th starting spot, driving the number 21, the evil one, the grumpy one. That's Jim Revis. And outside of him, that's the number 319 scheduled to be, but it's actually the 69. That's David Brewer. Inside row number 5, that's downtown Marcus Brown, and he goes downtown quite a bit. And the number 725. And outside of him, the Brock Evans, number 14 machine rolls off position number 10. 11th starter sees Gerald Miller aboard the car number 12, and good old D-Fed Derek Fedkenauer aboard number 86, rolling off in position number 12. Brian Bronson rolls off in the 13th starting spot in the number 6 machine, and Chris Steele aboard the number 2, rolling off 14th. 15th will be Bradley P. Wilson, big old B. Willie, in car number 75, and Kyle Moyer aboard the faceless number 11, rolling off position number 16. 17th will be the number 11 of Shane Yates. Lead called for 17 cars. We're missing, says David Brewer out there. Looks like Gomer may have got David Brewer. Let's see, just to make the call. So we have, yeah, he was out there. So he's gone. If he just disappeared, what went on with Mr. David Brewer? But the field is stacked and packed. Watching fireworks go off as the iRacing.com Chevy Silverado still paces this field around the track. Going to pull off the track now, and we're restacked. We're repacked off of turn number 4. iRacing flag. Green flags in the air. First race of the season here for the Full Velocity Racing Network. Wednesday night street fights. And man, that's Josh Peacock leading the way here over that number 16 of David Blackburn. And David Brewer, I'm not sure why I had him in the lead there in that number 16 machine is 61 of Josh Peacock. Right now, your race leader, Alex Brewer, now looking to the outside is Cruz Caldell, looking down to the inside there in that number 15 machine. And right now, currently running in the 4th spot, trying to get around Alex Brewer in that number 1 machine. Still good side-by-side battle as now David Blackburn goes to work on the number 61 of Josh Peacock. Peacock able to lead this time by Blackburn, really driving it down to the bottom of the speedway. Josh goes down to defend there in that number 61 machine as David Blackburn gets a little bit loose as yellow flag going to come out, the very first yellow flag of the evening. And Derek Vedkenauer, and we're going to see what happened here. Yeah, it looks like Brock Evans in the 14 machine. Fortunate there for Derek Vedkenauer. Jack has shown the replay probably a couple different times by now. Yeah, they can make it. They can make their own call on what happened there. Jeremy Vaughn racing out there, saying hi to Todd and Jack. Appreciate it. Appreciate you tuning in there, Jeremy. If you have not become a supporter of the Full Velocity Racing Network, I suggest you do so. For $4.99 a month, you can hit that subscribe button. And you don't even have to donate stars at that point. I think $4.99, all that actually goes to the Full Velocity Racing Network. Now, the bit of it goes to Facebook, I think, through the month of March. Could be wrong. That's noted to have the timer there for 2. If you don't want to do that, you can send some stars. Phil the Cash Jr. out there. There's a guy that has a steering wheel he can send to me. Oh. No, it's already broke. Yeah, we'll leave it alone as he's joining us out there.
Hey, Phil.
Yeah, I like Josh Peacock's scheme. It is really, really nice out there. No, he's working real hard to transfer that over before he got to the Wednesday street fights. So the iRacing flag, green flag comes back out, and Peacock going to lead him down into turn number 1. Alex Brewer down to the inside of the number 16 of David Blackburn. So Peacock looks to have another guy that's going to be breathing down his neck here in a couple laps. He's still trying to get around David Brewer, or David Blackburn, excuse me. Is Alex Brewer. I want to call Blackburn Brewer all the time. I don't know why that is. Maybe they're family members. Not really. I'm just kidding, David. But I know those guys are pretty tight together. Oh, downtown, Marcus Brown spins out there. That's going to bring out a yellow flag. I don't know if he had some contact here. Did he have some help? Yep. Yeah, Jim Rivers helping him around. Now, if he went, instead of going to the Walter B driving school, like he says he does, he teaches, should have went to the Todd Stanton School of Hard Knocks and been able to save that car. Now he's done a lot of weird things as of late. I mean, you could probably be good at taking somebody out.
I think
You,
I may just try my driving school. It might be just as good.
you can be good on. I don't know what we're going to call Marcus's Brown's driving school, but he does have a pretty cool driving school. I like to heat him up, and he does. He just. I just like to mess with Walter B. It's fun. And didn't you beat him, Jack?
Oh,
In Madden?
yeah, I beat him pretty bad in Madden, and
And
and then talking
I
about
think
his
he
driving
cried for
school,
days.
I hope he knows I'm just kidding.
And I think he cried for days. I think you hurt his feelings.
I can't help it that he sucked.
Yeah, Phil. Phil. Yeah, I'm in need of a wheel because the critters ate mine. They ate my wheel. They ate all the cords to the wheel. Yeah. And Phil's out there going, Jack! Exclamation point. I don't know why he's doing that, but that's why it's up in the fourth monitor. I think I got it in the middle monitor right now. Yep, middle monitor of chat. Yeah, oh yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right. Yeah, racing high flag, green flag going to come back out. The flag man waving it here down the front story. Flash bulbs going off for the Wednesday night street fights. Brought to you in part by the Full Velocity Racing Network. As that number 61 of Josh Peacock continues to lead over a hungry pack of wolves behind him. Alex Brewer, David Blackburn, Kuzka down the 71 of Daniel Stifler, the 87 machine of Derek Dubray. He came back finally and is racing pretty strong here in this appearance. I mean, it's just outside and he's just digging. We talk about let her dig.
I just noticed something. I think Bradley should just be in the booth because I don't know if he can race anymore. He's last.
Wow, he is right there bringing up Talon Charlie. Talon Charlie, you're probably right. Yeah, that sucks. Oh, he might be able to pass somebody right there as David Brewer getting up and out of shape. Bradley Wilson gets around 2 cars, so he must have hurt us.
So I hate to call him out, but
It's a tough thing to do. These guys are fast. And he was an asphalt guy, you got to remember that.
Oh, he's one of them guys that doesn't know that that's to get to the track.
Yeah, he converted himself. He was running the trucks, but I think he's dirt converted now. Looks like we got to convert Phil. Phil, I think, ran away and hid. He had his 2 seconds of fame out there.
He came on so we would see his name because he's like, I'll be there every night, which he's not.
Yeah, he's got to hold his breath because he's not here every night. Doesn't tune in every night, so. He was watching Ty B TV earlier, I believe, though. And Ty B was out there in the modifieds.
Gomer's trying to take Blackbird.
Gomer's flirting with Blackbird. Right now, Blackbird running in that 4th spot. Oh, Brewer? I've been calling him David Brewer. That's a bad thing. Very, very bad thing is Josh Peacock continues to lead there with a beautifully prepared number 61 machine. Number 1 of Alex Brewer right there behind him. It's a nice looking car, too. That was new compared to the schemes that he has been running. Daniel Stifler running in the 3rd spot. David Brewer. I did it again. David Blackburn. See, you already messed with my head. You didn't even have to. David Blackburn running in the 4th spot. 5th is Cruz Cazell. Kyle Moyer running in the 6th spot. 7th is Derek Dubray. Derek Dubray in the 7th spot. 8th is Shane Yates. Chris Steele running in 9th, and running out your top 10 right now is Ryan Bronson up here on the scorecard. As Bronson and Fedkenauer keep going back and forth there for the 10th position. A good race for those guys. And Bradley Wilson back to the back again, running in 17th. He might have put in his stock motor again, that 305 that he has just laying around. It's just a horrible motor. I'm surprised it's not smoking out there.
DFED's front end looks horrendous.
What happens is when you take the cutting shears to it. He thought he was going to make it more aerodynamic that way. Like punch the holes in the air. A lot bigger one. But yeah, you're correct. It does definitely look horrendous out there. We're on lap 16 of 60. Yeah, Alex Brewer down to the inside. Here comes David Blackburn down to the inside too. That number 71 of Daniel Stifler right there too. But Blackburn looking to the bottom there and trying to take over that third spot away from Daniel Stifler. But the bottom doesn't seem to have that forward bite yet at the Knoxville Raceway. We'll see if it's going to continue to be this way, or if we're going to continue to motor around here. Is now again Alex Brewer back down to the inside, side by side with Josh Peacock in the number 61 machine. Peacock has the momentum on the top shelf of the speedway as he's able to slam that door shut. And Alex Brewer gets into Josh Peacock. And here comes Alex Brewer down to the inside. Josh Peacock back to the outside. He's not going to give any room, and either is Blackburn gets out of shape too. So this is going to be interesting here as this starts to heat up here. David Blackburn again out of shape, almost taking out Cruz Cardell. They're running in that fifth spot. So again, Josh Peacock now able to hold on to the lead, able to hold off the Alex Brewer number 1 machine after the little bit of contact they had there. As Daniel Stifler running in the third spot. Fourth again is David Blackburn in that number 16 machine. Fifth is the number 11 of Kyle Moyer. Moyer starting to make his way up through. Then you got Shane Yates right there behind him too. And the other number 11 who did not show up there for the qualifying effort here in the heat races a little bit late. He did make some laps around there with, I think he was like 3 or 4 laps down. But again, Shane Yates had to start tail end of the field here tonight. And he is moving up pretty strong here as he's up to the 7th spot in the car, number 11. Josh Peacock, Alex Brewer, your top 2. Then you have Daniel Stifler, David Blackburn, and Cruz Cardell rounding out your top 5 currently. Everybody pretty much staying single file up to Blackburn. Blackburn running in the 4th spot, so single file away to land. They do get a little bit wide there, but I don't think it's enough there to pass. As now here comes Kyle Moyer around Cruz Cardell.
Yeah, because he's just cruising on the bottom.
Yeah, he's trying to make things happen down there at the bottom of the speedway. And doesn't seem like anything really going their way as of now. He's a little bit slick on the bottom as, again, Josh Peacock and Alex Brewer battling it out there for the race lead. Peacock was back down to the inside, did a high-low switch, trying to get back around Alex Brewer. Brewer up on the outside trying to wheel it there. But it looks like Josh Peacock going to take back over the race lead in car number 61. He said, "Not so fast, Alex. That's my spot, and I'm going to take it back." And he's in charge so far here of this race. In that number 61 machine is Daniel Stifler now, looking down to the inside of the number 1 machine of Alex Brewer. So far hasn't been able to pull that pass off yet, but it looks like the bottom's starting to come in, and that favors Josh Peacock's set as that bottom starts rolling in. Peacock will get faster and faster and faster on an open setup. So we'll see if that will continue or if something binds up and he'll have a really bad night. Let us know where you guys are all from out there. 20 viewers. Heard from J-Rod. We've heard from Phil. We've heard from Jeremy Vaughn. We've heard from Alan out there. Ricky Luke Jr. All those guys have been out there on the Facebook Live chat. So if you're over on YouTube, make your way on over to the Facebook Live chat. Say hello. Make sure we get your name out there and let everybody know you're alive. And you got to have a chance to be on the Full Velocity Racing Network. With us is Herb Thomas out there from New Jersey. Hello, Herb. Thank you for tuning in to the Full Velocity Racing Network. Wednesday night street fights, not even halfway home yet. As Josh Peacock continues to maintain that lead, but right there is Alex Brewer, and he's a multi-time winner, just like Josh Peacock in his own right. It seems like different builds or different things there. But Josh Peacock now looking to the inside. He's going to go now to the outside through the corner. So pretty much a high-low switch kind of ordeal. Not going to be able to pull that one off still. As the 61 of Josh Peacock still leads it here. Looks like they're going to lead it down the back straightaway. But Peacock slides her in pretty deep down to the bottom of the speedway. As again, the number 61 of Josh Peacock fights him back on the outside. See if he can hold off him as he was charging pretty hard in that number 1 machine. Like I said, almost halfway home. We're going to be halfway home this time around. Halfway home for what car is it going to be? Yeah, Alex Brewer going to have a bite of nose, as Jack was saying. I think that's where they're going to keep him. His second is now Josh Peacock. Third, Daniel Stifler. David Blackbird for 4. For 5 is Cruz Cardell. So a lot of bulletproof guys up inside the top 5. So they continue to race pretty hot and heavy there. Let's go Sheffield Graphics on board with driver of the number 71, Daniel Stifler there, Jack. Herb out there says he races on asphalt. He loves watching dirt, though. So, hey, you got it right. You can race on asphalt. Asphalt's still there. Support your local tracks, and that's always the key. I've always been a dirt fanatic. I've been to a few asphalt races, not as many as some people have been, but definitely appreciate the asphalt side of things for racing too, but not as much as I do dirt. I was born and raised in the dirt here in the upstate New York, so going to continue on. Yeah, we've been watching the lead here. Looks like that's going to start to become a 4-car battle there. As David Blackbird right there, and so is the 71 of Daniel Stifler. Stifler trying to go up through the middle in that number 71 machine. He's all over the number 1 of Alex Brewer, like a cheap seat there. Number 71 still knocking on the door, and Josh Peacock trying as soon as Stifler makes a move, Paulie starts making a move. So it is Alex Brewer, Daniel Stifler, Josh Peacock, David Blackbird, Cruz Cardell, Kyle Moyer, Chris Teal, Shane Yates, Derek Debris, Jim Revis, Marcus Brown, downtown Marcus Brown, Ryan Bronson, Brock Evans, Derek Fedkenauer, David Brewer, Bradley P. Wilson, and Gerald Milner, number 14. Rounds out your 17-car starting lineup here from the Full Velocity Racing Network Modified Touring Series. As we have 24 laps remaining here, so 24 more circuits here. We're like a normal Friday night race. They're about there saying he owned dirt cars too, so. Hey, it's the best of both worlds. Definitely is the best of both worlds. As we continue to race up front, and I mean, Josh Peacock lost a little bit of ground there. See if he's going to be able to gather it back up as he gets down to the inside of Daniel Stifler. Good battle for the second spot as they come down. I believe this is the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4. It looks like the number 3 machine, if he slides up the track, he's going to do so, but she's going to high-low switch him there. So at start finish line, he's not going to be able to get any cigarettes for that matter. As they're still working on scoring where they're going to be at. As yellow flag going to fly here. Derek Feigenauer hasn't made very many good luck camps here. We got into the back of downtown George Brown. We're going to call him next. We're going to call him downtown Eddie Brown. And then next we're going to call him downtown Walter Brown. We just want to call him all kinds of different names. You know, we don't want to give up his schooling there, Jack. Downtown Georgie Brown, Walter Brown's new name. We did call him Reverend too at one point. Reverend Walter B. Reverend Walter. Georgie Porgy, Marcus Brown. A little bit tired this week, Jack. Working this morning shift is really throwing me for a loop. I'm going to tell you that has to be up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm not used to that garbage anymore.
Yeah, that's a little.
Not really garbage. I guess it's not really garbage. It's just my sleeping habits are garbage. It doesn't affect that very well.
Yeah, I get up at 6.
Yeah, I mean, I would go with 6. See, I got to get up at 4:30, so you got to figure 4:30 to be to work at 5:30. I enjoy my job. Don't get me wrong. It's mornings. You know, you have morning people that like to be morning people.
I'm not a morning person.
No,
No.
me either. I have to play the morning person, and I am not a morning person. I love the I love the 7 to 3 or 6 to whatever, but that early is just too much for me right now. As the iRacing I flag green, the flag comes back out. We're going to complete lap number 40 here of 60. 20 laps left, and this race has been on rails for the most part. As that number 1 of Alex Brewer leads him here down into the corner. You got Daniel Stifler running in that second spot. Third is the number 61 of Josh Peacock. Don't know how long he's going to be able to hold on to it, though. As David Blackberg to the outside in that number 16 machine. Then you got Kyle Moyer right there in cruise control. Cruz Cardell down to the bottom in that number 55 machine. Also trying to make his magic work, getting around as the number 11 Kyle Moyer. Seems like this race extends here as the number 71 of Daniel Stifler now looks to the inside. Here comes Josh Peacock. Peacock just waiting for a moment to pounce there in the number 61 machine as he's mired back there, battling it out, duking it out with a driver that just disappeared again. It was Kyle Moyer. So they're trying to really take Kyle Moyer away here tonight, Jack. Not sure what importance Kyle Moyer has to Gomer.
Well, they already took his numbers, so now they want him.
Yeah, they took his numbers. Now they want him. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you with this whole thing. Gomer is being very greedy here tonight. Take his numbers first. I can't believe that. Give it a little insight here. We'll see what's going on here with Marcus Brown. He's up to the 10th spot, or Georgie Brown. He's up to 10th. They're coming down that back straightaway. There is Alex Brewer, still continues to lead this one. Now David Blackbird goes on the defensive there, trying to hold off Daniel Stifler and the 61 of Josh Peacock. Peacock starting to come to life here later in the event like I thought he would. As the track starts to maybe work its way to the bottom. Again, it's going to be a little bit different. New build coming out today. So some of the tracks may have changed. The setups may have changed for the street stocks. You just don't know here half the time until you really go out there and try it. And like I said, and most of these guys have been out in the big block modifieds all afternoon, just messing around and trying to get a hold of a brand new car. And It looked like a lot of fun, Jack. I wish I could have joined them, but no steering wheel. There's a problem with that. I mean, I could go keyboard, I could go controller, but man, you watched me on the controller. How bad was that?
It was terrible. Absolutely horrendous.
And you were looking at the tires, and you were going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
And I was laughing, so I mean, I couldn't see that much because I was laughing so hard. I thought I was watching. I thought I was watching Phil race.
Hey, I made it around the track and out of the pits.
This is true. You know, I wish I could be one of the ones that's excited about that. I just see money.
Oh, the big blocks?
Yeah.
Well,
I just see it's something I have to buy.
I got excited about it. I tell you, the build-up was immense to me. You know, this has always been the first thing I wanted since I got to iRacing. I wanted to see the big block modifieds. Wanted to see the 358 modifieds brought to iRacing. All that build-up. And to have it deflated because of a mechanical bull with a steering wheel. That's one of those things. Is yellow flag going to come out? Poor old Marcus, big time. Feel bad for Marcus. Marcus, Georgie, Walter. I feel bad for him here tonight. Jackie Brown. Yeah, that works too. You can take many forms, shapes, sizes. Maybe he's a shapeshifter. Those who know what shapeshifters are. I can't. It was on one of them vampire shows that we were watching at one point, like big. I can't remember what they called that vampire show. And no, it wasn't the stupid one. It was a different one. It was a show. It wasn't the movie. Now they're all pretty stupid, to be honest with you. But yeah. So the iRacing I flag, green flag comes back out this time around. 11 to go at the line for the number 1 of Alex Brewer. David Blackbird running in that second spot. And look at them go to town here. 3 wide there momentarily. As that 71 of Daniel Stifler was looking down to the inside. Can't quite pull off the pass. So on that number 16 of David Blackbird. As the 11 of Kyle Moyer goes to the outside. Moyer trying to let her eat up there and trying to definitely pass the 71 of Daniel Stifler down the front straightaway here into turns 1 and 2. As up on the extreme outside is Josh Peacock. He's trying to get something going there as Peacock in the new 61 machine was up there flirting with the wall, hitting the right rear right off the wall. And he's still way up there with Cruz Caudell too. Cruz trying to follow suit with him too. They got to go where the other people aren't. And everybody else going to the bottom now. Meanwhile, battle for the race lead as the Blackbird comes down to the inside of Brewer. So Blackbird and Brewer fighting for the race lead here with 9 laps to go. Brewer to the outside. David Blackbird still fighting down to the inside as Blackbird disappearing there just a tad bit. As Blackberg and Gomer go to fighting too. As Brewer and Blackberg off each other, bouncing off each other to the start-finish line with 8 laps remaining here at the Knoxville Raceway. The 71 of Daniel Stifler now down to the inside, trying to get around. I believe that's 11 of Kyle Moyer, the faceless number 11. Let me see any sponsors on the side of that one. Maybe some contingencies, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, it seems like he's starting to really stretch it out up there. He's definitely doing something that nobody else is really doing. He is really coming to the front pretty fast. So we'll see if he can continue on with that. And David Blackbird to the race lead there in the number 16 machine. The 61 of Josh Peacock way up on the top shelf of the speedway, like you said. He gets a nice run in that number 61. And Cruz Caldell doing the same exact thing, kind of following in his tire tracks. Is that this time around at the start finish line, there will be 5 more laps to go. 5 to go. Cruz got into the back of Josh Peacock. Peacock saved it. Good save by Josh Peacock. And now Jim Revis right there breathing down his neck too as Peacock trying to hang on there to behind Daniel Stifler in that 5th spot. And here comes Shane Yates up through the middle, forcing the issue up through the middle. Yates gets around the 21 of Jim Revis and the 61 of Josh Peacock. Now Peacock going to fight back to the outside. Cruz Caldell right there following in his tire tracks. I don't know if they're going to have enough time, Jack, to make up all this time here on the 16 of David Blackburg as Alex Brewer falling back just a tad bit off of Blackburg. And then number 1 machine is Kyle Moyer currently running in the 3rd spot. And 4th is Daniel Stifler holding on right there in front of Josh Peacock in the number 11 of Shane Yates. As Yates able to slam the door shut there momentarily on the 61 of Josh Peacock. But Peacock goes right back to the outside and goes back on the offensive high-low switch on Shane Yates. And he's going to pull up alongside of them as they come down the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4. Yates going to give that spot back to the 61 of Josh Peacock. We're going to get popsicle sticks up in the air. 2 more trips around the speedway at the Knoxville Raceway. And Jim Revis shaking it up just a tad bit, trying to make things happen. Let's go back up front here. David Blackburn with a lead, but Alex Brewer right there knocking on the door. White flag will be out here off of turn number 4. Can David Brewer hold on for one more circuit around the speedway? Or can Alex Brewer be the spoiler here? So Blackburg and Brewer, can the Brewer and Blackburg show continue on down the back straightaway for the final time? David Blackburg in the turns 3 and 4. Here comes Kyle Moyer down the inside. It's going to be the number 16 machine of David Blackburg taking down the win. 2nd going to go to Alex Brewer. 3rd to Kyle Moyer. Daniel Stifler for 4. Josh Peacock for 5. Looks like Jim Revis going to finish up 6th. Shane Yates 7th. Cruz Caldell 8th. 9th is Georgie Marcus Brown. I was waiting for you to say it. Oh, Bradley Wilson got the 10s after lackluster performance there riding around, but he was probably riding around the back. Then you got Derek Debris, Brock Evans, Gerald Miller, David Brewer, Ryan Bronson, Chris Steele, and Derek Fedkenhauer rounding out your rest of the field. We'll take a brief pause for the calls, make our way over to Discord. We'll be back at you here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Well, we've been searching around there for tonight's third place finisher, and the first place finisher still not with us here. It looks like we're finally going to get. Looks like maybe Kyle Moyer finally going to come back. So Kyle, oh, there they are. They're all here. They're all in the house. I believe it was Kyle Moyer who finished third, right? Right, Jack?
All over.
As he was finishing up talking to somebody here, the number 11 and Kyle Moyer going to take down the third place finish here tonight at the Knoxville Raceway. Kyle, the new build came out today. How has it changed anything with Knoxville? Has it changed anything at all?
I'll tell you what, that track was really, really racy. I think it's changed a little bit. We'll, work on it. I haven't ran it since, today. This is the first race on it. Jumped over to the new track, of course, ran a little bit of laps there. That's pretty awesome over there, too. So hopefully it's all good.
Yeah, it looked like the track was a little bit different. It looked like you guys were going 3 wide there, 2 wide. I mean, it just looked like the track was overall a lot racier in the Knoxvilles we've had in the last build.
Definitely so. It's definitely fast. I mean, it was multiple grooves. It was good, clean racing.
So, Kyle, we want to ask you one question there, the age-old question here. We were searching for your number. What happened to us? It looked like somebody stole it off the side of your car.
Well, like the decal machine just quit working, I guess, and didn't print them.
Okay. Well, we wanted to make sure that nobody just came and stripped them off your car before the race.
Something
We
happened.
we didn't know if you knew or something. Maybe one of the competitors came up while you were strapping into the car. You just don't know.
They could at least spray painted some numbers on it or something.
Yeah, good old duct tape. They could put duct tape on there for you.
Right.
Right. Kyle, before I let you go, give you the microphone one last time. You can thank her. I'd like to thank you tonight.
Thank you guys for broadcasting, of course. Jim, everybody, I guess me, everybody puts that effort into making this series go. We got a money series coming up. Hopefully that'll be a good. I think we got 59 out of the 60 cars already filled for that, so that'll be an awesome five race shootout. Yeah, Team Dirt Warrior, Evil One Graphics, of course. That's about it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, bringing home third place here tonight, driver of the number 11, Kyle Moyer. We'll let him go get that vinyl graphics machine working there. So we'll move on down to the second place finisher here tonight, driver of the number 1, Alex Brewer, who led a majority of this event right after he got by Josh Peacock. But Alex, looked like it was a real racy track out there tonight. Tell us about your race.
Oh yeah, it was a really racy track. Had a lot of fun racing with Josh and David and all those guys that ran up front. Yeah, it was a pretty good race.
So I got to ask you this, Alex. How much have you touched this track, particularly since the Gobbler? I know a lot of these guys haven't probably even seen it since then.
Yeah, we raced on it a couple times. We did a practice race last night with the team, and I try to stay consistent on the practicing.
All right, so Alex still stays consistent on the practice. Some guys say, "Oh, I ran that so much one week, I'm not going to do that." But Alex is going to stay consistent with the practicing, and that's why he's always up front in the top 3 here, folks. So, I mean, it definitely shows that practice does do you a good load of good here for in iRacing. Period. Any car you want to try, I'm going to tell you want to be at the forefront of practice to be like these guys that have great setups and just know how to drive around these tracks, man. Because I know sometimes some of us have a hard time even getting out of the pits. But Alex, before I let you go, give you that microphone last time. You can think of it like to think.
I just thank Heartland Harley, you guys for broadcasting, Team Dirt Warrior, all the help and stuff they do. DWR for putting the races on. My wife for letting me race on here. It was a pretty good race. I wish I could have watched it myself. I'll have to go back and watch it.
Yeah, it was a pretty good race. I mean, David Blackberg probably got called David Brewer for I don't know how many times. So, you have a new relative. He driving the 16. So you'll get a kick out of that. You'll definitely get a kick out of that because you can hear me stumbling on that every once in a while. But yeah, great race here tonight, Alex. Like I said, it was a multi-groove track here. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, it was awesome track. Doing crossovers and slide jobs and stuff is really.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, bringing home second here tonight, driver of that number 1 machine. That is Alex Brewer. So we'll make our way on down to BladeNode.com Victory Lane. Let's see if I can struggle getting his name correct this time. But David Blackberg taking down the win. Shoot, I didn't call you Brewer for some reason, man. I don't know what's wrong with me tonight, man. I've called you Brewer. I don't know how many times.
Go watch.
That ain't good.
Go watch the broadcast. You'll hear it.
Oh yeah.
I'll skip that one. I ain't even gonna watch that one.
Well, you might as well. I got it right a couple times, but I would say if you want a drinking game, go take a shot of how many times they called you a brewer. I'm sure you'll get drunk off of it.
Oh yeah.
But what a great race for you there. You fell back. You fell back a little bit there early. Come back up through. I mean, you didn't fall back a ton, but it looked like you were just pretty content to ride there. You got up to Alex Brewer for a little bit there, David, and then all of a sudden you were able to motor around him, and then it looked like he didn't have much left for you, but it looked like it was a real racy track for the most part. You guys, your top 3 were pretty much in your own zip code versus the rest of the field, but man, that track, I was talking about it with the last 2 guys, the track is racier than I've seen Knoxville in a long time.
Oh yeah, that was, we were just talking about that. I think that's the raciest track we've had on DWRL. It was a really fun race. I mean, that's the most fun I've had on here. That was a blast.
Yeah, it looked like it was a lot of fun out there. Wish I could have been out there racing with you guys, but then there would be nobody to broadcast because Jack don't talk. So definitely was a great race for you. I mean, you get the bragging rights for the week. It just seemed like it pieced together for you there, David, and it just I don't know how to explain it to you here tonight. I mean, I was pretty in wow and in shock how 3 wide and 2 wide everybody was.
Yeah.
Man, you guys are staying off each other. It just looked like a great race.
Yeah, when you race against these guys, everybody respects each other and gives each other room, and that's why it's one of the best, if not the best, street stock league on the sim. It's just great people, great racing all the time.
I 100% agree with you. I mean, it's probably the best street stock open setup street stock league that we've ever broadcast. Obviously, we've been there with you guys since quite a long time ago. So definitely, I guess I'm partial to you guys. So, but I'm telling you, if I always say, if you want to race the best of the best street stock drivers, they have to come over here and race with you guys. And some of them have, and some of them found out that hey, they have to step up their game a couple notches or 2. But before I let you go, David, I'll give you that microphone. You can thank who would like to thank you tonight, and yeah, go make a drinking game out of what I just said.
Oh yeah. Anyways, we do have our 5-week money series coming up, and we have 1 spot available. So if anybody out there is wanting to get in, a lot of these same drivers will be in it. In my opinion, best of the best street stock drivers there are on here from multiple different teams are going to be in that. So we do have 1 spot available. Go in there, sign up. People I gotta thank everybody at DWRL putting this on. You know, this is always a blast. I gotta thank my girlfriend Holly for always out there watching. Jordan, I'm sure he's out there watching. That's about it. And you guys for the broadcast. So I can't forget that one. Even though you got my name wrong every time, probably.
Not every time. Not every time. You gotta give
Only-
me some credit.
Only
I
half
think
the
about
race.
80%. I mean, not even that. Maybe 80% of the time I got you wrong. That doesn't normally happen. Tonight, I don't know what's wrong with me. I know I'm probably pretty tired. And I've been frustrated all night because my steering wheel croaked. So, thanks to some critters in the freaking closet.
Oh boy.
I couldn't try out the new big block modifieds besides on a controller here tonight. So
I haven't got to try them out either yet. That's what I'm going to go do next.
Well, at least you can do it because you have a wheel. I can't do it. It frustrates me because this is the biggest thing that I was looking forward to on iRacing. I'm going to tell you what, because it's up here in the Northeast from New York where I'm at. I mean, them cars are around here. So I was looking forward to this the most since even iRacing Dirt came out. So it was kind of like a deflation of sales. So that's probably another thing that led into my subpar broadcasting skills tonight.
That's all right. I'll watch it anyway. I'll just turn the sound off.
I think that's what you guys do anyway. But
no, never.
I would.
Yeah, I would too. But David, I'll let you get back to it. I'll let you go try out them big block modifieds. They look like a lot of fun for what I've seen so far. And man, good win. You get the bragging rights till next week.
All right, thanks, guys.
Right. Ladies and gentlemen, David Blackberg that number 16 machine. And look at that. I got it right again. Woo! 2 for 2 on the show here. But it kind of helps when it's right directly in front of you, too, though. But appreciate everyone for tuning in to the Full Velocity Racing Network. Man, thank DWRL and everything they've done for us. And, man, thank you for allowing us to come aboard as a sponsor here for the season. And we really, really do appreciate it. And we'll see you next time here. I believe the next broadcast will be Sunday night. I don't think I will be available. I think Bradley will be with Jack this time. And Bradley's going to have to try solo because I've been mandated. So till then, we'll see you maybe Sunday if I can get out of it. Thanks. Have a good night.